From the historic stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas, welcome to the Malpass Brothers Show. I'm Tracy Pitcox, inviting you to join us for the finest in traditional country music from the Malpass Brothers and our very special guest, Heart of Texas recording artist Tony Booth. Now here's Chris and Taylor, the Malpass Brothers.
Someone did to you to build a wall around your heart that I can't break through. I can't erase, I can't replace the bitter nor the sweet, or I can't find my way behind your wall of memory. If you want me, why can't I keep you in love with me? You say you're mine and I'm not blind, I know you want to be. And when you're holding me, no sweeter love could ever be. But when I'm gone, somehow I can't keep you in love with me. The worst mistake that you could make, the surest way to lose, would be to listen and believe the lies they tell to you. There is a way you can repay the one who let you down. Let me repair your broken heart, don't leave it on the ground. If you want me, why can't I keep you in love with me? You say you're mine and I'm not blind, I know you want to be. And when you're holding me, no sweeter love could ever be. But when I'm gone, somehow I can't keep you in love with me. But when I'm gone, somehow I can't keep you in love with me. How y'all doing? Welcome on drums, Mr. Landon Smith, ladies and gentlemen. On the doghouse bass, Mighty J. Griggins. On steel guitar, Jesse Persichini, ladies and gentlemen. On the fiddle, Mr. Connor Murray. Better having the Malpass Brothers, my brother, Mr. Taylor Malpass. My name is Chris Malpass. Y'all ready to be here today? We are so happy to be here today in beautiful Fort Worth, Texas. This is one of our favorite towns in the world, and this is where we picked to do our country music show with some of our favorite people. And Taylor, I wanted to acknowledge the video wall behind.
Speaking of country music shows, this is circa about 62, 3, somewhere in there. Circa. Is that the right word for it?
Circus.
Blues Brothers. I think that was on the Grand Ole Opry. And Ira and Charlie, that was not long before Ira passed away. And then on the guitar, they got Jimmy Capps playing guitar. For those of you who've always seen Jimmy on the diner as the sheriff, before he was the sheriff, he was just a really good guitar player named Jimmy Capps from Benson, North Carolina. And he's that was only 30 minutes from where we're from.
That's right, from Benson. And this guitar was Mr. Charlie Leuven's guitar as well. So it's kind of cool to have that little bit of history up here with us.
Yeah.
It's all about the history to us, keeping it alive. And as we're trying to keep country music alive and traditional sound, we're also writing our own music. And we'd like to do a song right now that we recorded on Hagg's record label, Merle Haggard that is, some time ago. It's one entitled, I'm Leaving You Today. Finally said goodbye today. We knew this time would come. And after all we've lost, dear, thank you. Look at all we've won. And then you ask if I'd come back, try and make love stay. I may come back tomorrow, but I'm leaving you today. Your tenderness and gentle ways can mend a brave heart, and that may be just what I need when I find we're apart. Sometimes you don't know what you have till it's gone away, and I may come back tomorrow, but I'm leaving you today. I'm leaving you today, dear. The time has come to go. If I'm right or if I'm wrong, there's just one way to know. And I may come back some other time when the storm's passed away. I may come back tomorrow, but I'm leaving you today. Just one way to know. I may come back some other time. The storm has passed away. I may come back tomorrow, but I'm leaving you today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short break.
We'd like to do you a song right now that's one of our favorites by the great Lefty Frizzell, who at one time Lefty and Hank Williams crowded all the jukeboxes across the country. We're going to go back with one that was a big hit for him. This is one entitled, If You Got the Money.
If you got the money, I've got the time. We'll go honky-tonk and we'll have a time. We'll make all the night spots and drink beer and wine. If you got the money, honey, I got the time. There ain't no use to tarry, so let's start out tonight. We'll spread your boy, and we'll spread it right. We'll have more fun, baby, all the way down the line. You got the money, honey, I got the time. Brother Connor. Everybody in town, we'll go to the park where it's dark, we won't fool around. You run short of money, I run short of time. You with no more money, honey, I've no more time. Jesse boy. and we'll have a time. Bring along your Cadillac, leave my old wreck behind. If you got the money, honey, I've got the time. Thank you so much. Coming up, we got the great Tony Booth. Don't go away.
Well, welcome back to the Malpass Brothers Show, and we have got somebody here today that is, as I say about folks, this is a singer, Mr. Tony Booth, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing, sir?
Well, I'm just great. I'm having a big time.
I tell you what, we are honored to have you here, and I've been a big fan of you for a long time. Such a great singer and artist, and just real country music. That is the truth.
Well, you guys are keeping it going, and we appreciate that, all of us old-timers.
Well, look, you guys paved the way, and we're just trying to keep this music out there because there's a lot of young people that need to hear this music and know when they hear this music, they'll put all that other mess aside.
I think you're right.
That's right.
Now, the first song you're going to be doing was Buck Owens did that too, and I know you worked with Buck Owens, correct?
Well, yes. Buck was like the 800-pound gorilla. You know, he owned the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
And so he, had a publishing company, had his own studios, his own band. One day I had an invitation to do a thing in Austin every year they do called Buck's Bash.
Yes, sir.
And it's a celebrated Buck's birthday. And the whole night you sing Buck Owens songs. And I said, sure, I'll do it. And when I agreed to do it, I didn't realize there was already 57 people signed up.
Oh, wow.
And Buck had a huge catalog, but that was like really scratching to come up with something that no one had sang.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
me and Susan Ray and Buddy Allen and Buck and whoever else all recorded those songs. So I got up there and did a couple of songs. And one that I had half writers on, I didn't even know he recorded, and I'm still waiting on my check. But probably tied up in probate or something.
It might be. Well, you're gonna sing one of your greats for us right now. Y'all give a big hand to Mr. Tony Booth as he says this.
I left my front door open many times for you to use, and you stayed far away until you need a laugh or two. And I finally got enough of being your private clown. So I'm gonna get dressed up, paint the town. I'll paint it red to match the wine I'll drink and all the lips I'll kiss. Blue to match the skies I'm gonna fill with happiness. Green to match the money, honey, I'll spread around. Yes, these are the colors that I'm gonna paint the town. I followed you around 'cause I was hungry for your touch. Possessed and blind with love, I didn't feel the hurt so much. Now my eyes are open and my sanity I've found. So I'm gonna get dressed up, paint the town. I'll paint it red to match the wine I'll drink and all the lips I'll kiss. Blue to match the skies I'm gonna fill with happiness. Green to match the money, honey, I'll spread around. Yes, these are the colors that I'm gonna paint the town. These are the colors that I'm gonna paint the town. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Now, what year did you start working with Buck, Sam?
With Buck, about 1969.
Man, that was like the really good years, too.
Oh, it was, yeah.
You know, we were talking about funny things people say to you sometimes when you're on the road. And this guy one time was standing there, we were talking, and I heard you talking about Buck Owens, and I said, you know, Buck Owens, in the early years, I said he wasn't quite the same Buck Owens you saw later in Hee Haw. And that guy went, there was two of them? Ladies and gentlemen, Keys in the Mailbox, Mr. Tony Booth, if you would. All right.
Hang in.
3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, jealous me and careless you, the odds were just too great. I couldn't take those lonely nights you made me sit and wait. I thought I'd seen the last of you when you walked out of sight. Instead, I see you in my dreams each night. So the keys in the mailbox, come on in. I'm sitting here wishing that I had your love again. I'll never even ask you where you've been. So the keys in the mailbox, come on in. I said I'd rather be alone than share your company. I said don't come around at all if you want more than me. Sitting here alone, I can't deny the flame that burns, and I'll gladly take you back on any terms. So the keys in the mailbox, come on in. And I'm sitting here wishing that I had your love again. And I'll never even ask you where you've been. So the keys in the mailbox, come on in. Oh, the keys in the mailbox, come on in.
Thank you very much.
Some of these folks know, some of them don't know. You also toured and worked with Gene Watson playing bass. A lot of the guys that they call sometimes in the musical terms a sidemen are even as talented or more talented sometimes than the person they're backing up. And man, that is so cool to know that you played bass with Gene Watson. And
You know, I was at a point in my life, if I never sang another song, as long as I could play bass, I was happy. You know, just
wow.
I wanted to be a good musician.
Well, I tell you what, it's been such a thrill having you today, and I would like to hear you do, of course, Lonesome 7-7, and you've got a great recording of that. Just a wonderful.
What year did you record this?
1973.
1970.
The only reason I remember that's because Hawk had it in 63.
He did,
big
yes,
number
sir.
one record. And we come along 10 years later, and I always heard that Jeannie Shepherd was mad at me because I did that record. And turns out I was a little nervous about meeting her for the first time. She said, "Oh, I ain't mad at you. Come here."
Well, ladies and gentlemen, y'all love to hear him do Lonesome 7-7. Tony Booth, if you would.
Just call Lonesome 77203. Had our number changed today, although I hated to. But each time the phone would ring, they'd want to speak to you. How it hurts to tell them you're not here with me. Maybe now old telephone will let me be. It's not in the book now, so you better write it down. Just in case your love for me should ever come around, you might want to call and break the news to me. Just call on some 77203. And I keep the telephone beside me all the time, hoping you might want to call and say you changed your mind. If you do, then darling, you know where I'll be. I am at lonesome 77203. You're the only one I'm giving my new number to. So now if the telephone should ring, I'll know it's you. If you ever long for love that used to be, just call on some 77203. Yes, I'm at lonesome 77203. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You're awesome. Just awesome. Thank you.
What a classic country song from a classic country singer. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Booth. I'm Tracy Pitcox, inviting you to join us next season for more traditional country music on the Malpass Brothers Show from Fort Worth, Texas.